Welcome back, everybody, to the Nosebleeds podcast. I am Chris Witt, and with me, as always, is Mr. Adam Schmidt. How are you today, sir? I almost forgot how to say your last name there.
It's two syllables.
Yeah.
It's Sha and Mitt.
Schmidt.
And so you said it right. Um I'm doing great. And you're doing great remembering every week to not say sports podcast.
It's just rolling off the tongue now, bud. It's
Pretty
just
good.
rolling off.
I forget I'm
Yeah.
like every time it surprises me every time you say sport you say Nosebleed podcast. I'm like, "Oh, what? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm figuring it out. Although we are going to talk sports like
Yeah.
usual, we got some sports in there, but we just don't want to hold ourselves down.
Sure.
Right. I mean, we've got Mount Rushmore this week of left-handed quarterbacks. Of course, non-sports topic. We've got Mike Birbiglia, old boy in the pool, old guy,
Old man,
old man in the
in the
pool.
pool. Yeah.
Old man in the pool. So yeah, and then we'll get into whatever has gone on.
In-season tournament for NBA.
Yes.
Those games are on fire lately.
To see some of these guys, you can see the ones that want to win. And if you watch LeBron and the Lakers, but they wanted to win. And Kevin Durant came out in the third and fourth quarter and wanted to win. I think he had like 15 in the third quarter or something like that.
Well, that game started late, so I got to bed, saw the first few minutes of it, but I saw the game before that. The Pacers and Celtics game was so good. Oh my gosh, that was such a good game. The Pacers, I think the Lakers are the same way, have not lost an in-season tournament game yet, including group play, and now they won the quarterfinal games. So those guys play tomorrow in the semifinals.
They got who plays first? Is it Bucks and Pacers first? It's like a 2:00 tip.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, it's like
I didn't even see that.
I think it might be 2:00 Vegas time. So like 5:00 tip.
Okay.
I'm gonna look it up as we talk about it.
Man.
But it is it's gonna be an odd game time for middle of the week. It's definitely gonna be an odd game time.
Interesting. Yeah, that's weird. But I mean those
5:00 Pacers Bucks 5 and Lake Show and the Pels go off at 9. So that gives them time, I guess, to clear it. They probably don't clear it out and resell for a second game, right? They're selling tickets for it's a dual thing, I would assume. Although the Lakers travel well, so you may want to clear that place out.
Do they?
I mean, to Vegas, I would think the Lakers travel well.
Okay.
There's Lakers fans everywhere.
Yeah,
especially out on the west. That's what I mean.
Are everywhere.
Oh no! I didn't mean the team. They have one of the worst road records in the game right now.
I didn't think you meant that. I thought you meant Lakers fans from LA.
Oh no! I just mean the fact that
there are Lakers fans everywhere.
That's just like they say Dallas fans travel well. Well, it's because there's Dallas fans all over the place, and that's what I mean by that. Not necessarily that they are traveling, just that their fan base is big. So when they travel, the team travels with fans very well because there's usually fans there.
You're right.
So being on the West Coast, being in Vegas, they're going to have that's going to be a home game for LA.
Yeah, probably. But it's been interesting to see how many people, even through group play, going into this, I will admit, I was like, this whole thing doesn't even make sense. How is anybody going to be into this? Nobody's going to care about this. I don't care about this.
So
the games have been, but I've heard enough players and enough people around the league talk about, hey, this does kind of feel different.
Yeah.
The games feel different. The atmosphere, the crowds are a little bit more into it.
Big time.
Yeah. They're doing the floors and the uniforms and all that kind of stuff.
Part of me wonders, you hear about stuff like this all the time. Commissioners, especially in the NBA, like Adam Silver, go to somebody like LeBron and say, we need this to work. So we need you to buy in. So all these younger players buy in, because if you don't buy in and you don't care, then that's going to go down the ladder, because LeBron is talking this thing up like crazy. Like every week he said the other day, he's like, there's a championship to win. We're here to win. We're dogs to fight or something. I don't know, some weird quote, like that. Basically saying like, This is what we're here to do. We're here to win. We're here to win championships, whether it's in season or end of season.
Yeah.
We're here to win everything. Plus, if you're the Final Four right now, I just found out every player's already made $100,000. If these four teams, every player makes $100,000. Winner gets 500 grand. So that's, I mean, everybody talks about these giant contracts in the NBA. I mean, that's, that's the first 6 players on your team. There's 16 people. I'm out. Maybe not that many. How many people are on
15
rostered players? Those back 5, that's what they're making in a year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this is huge for them. And now, and you're in a locker room where you see them dudes and you're like, all right, I have an opportunity to hook this dude up with some more cash. I have the opportunity. I don't need it. But if I play my butt off, I can help my guy who works his tail off in practice every day. I can help him. Now those guys all made $100,000 extra already. It's like, they told Giannis after the game. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did see that.
The rich get richer.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good Giannis. Yep. It's cool to see that, and especially because after group play, after they started playing, and some of the people were like, okay, this isn't too bad. Stakes are a little bit higher. We feel it a little bit. I'm like, okay, so now I know that once the actual tournament starts, it's going to actually be a good thing. It's going to be, it's going to make a difference. It's going to be a different. Yeah. Yep. Those games the other night were great.
Yep.
So of course now you expect the semifinals to be even bigger and then the championship to be even bigger than that. I was thinking about that.
Did you watch the Pelicans game? Sorry.
No,
Brandon Ingram played phenomenal. I can't wait to see that game
the
tomorrow
Pelicans
night.
are good
because
now.
Brandon Ingram going against the Lakers for something that means something, he's got a little chip on his shoulder after being traded after all that. I like him. He's a hell of a ball player.
He's very good. Zion's playing great. He's still not even in shape, but he's finally, I guess, healthy
Chuck.
enough.
All right, Chuck, whatever. Chuck's making fun of him like crazy. He does.
Oh yeah.
I had
when Chuck says something, I'm like, okay. When Kenny
says it,
I'm like, okay.
I had a parlay that had him getting 10 rebounds or something like that, and I keep watching it. No, Zion, and I'm like, so go. What are you doing? Go get in there. Go get him. Go. What are you doing? And he's just kind of standing around. I'm like, what are you doing? And I was like, okay, maybe he was a little tired.
Yeah.
Anyway,
but the Pelicans are playing great lately. And it's going to be, the semifinals and then the finals are going to be great. But I was thinking earlier today, now that we know there is the atmosphere does feel different with these games. Once these are over next week, it might be like a pretty big letdown for the regular season games for the next, all the way up until the All-Star break. It
kind of sucks but that definitely could be what we're in for.
Might be a little bit of a letdown, but you'll still get the games. You when you have the Sixers Celtics, when you have the Bucks and Celtics, or whoever, those bigger matchups of the top tier teams, then those will still be fun. But I think maybe for a little bit it's going to be like, well, now what? Now I got to watch a Tuesday night game. Spurs and Timberwolves I was watching before I came over here. I mean, the Spurs are my team, but they stink.
What was that going? Did Wemby look like he was doing anything?
A decent game? Okay. The little bit that I watched.
I got a little parlay going on on that game. I got a little something I'm having a lot of fun with this betting stuff. I'm still playing. I got all free money. Nice. All free money. I've cashed out $200 already, and I still got a few $100s in here. I'm just playing with all kinds of free money right now.
Maybe we should get into that now. We talked about going into to talk specifically about making a bet every week. We pick a game and we figure out making a parlay, a 3-leg parlay.
Yep.
Right. I'm speaking the lingo now.
I feel you. Sounding good.
And what you want on the blind is the over 15. The
blind, that's cards.
Cards.
Yeah, that's cards.
Dude, hey, gambling.
Good try though. Still gambling, but different game.
I still don't know a lot about it, but and I've never done a parlay myself.
Oh no,
on purpose.
Okay,
but
on purpose.
But I did make like 5 separate bets.
Yeah.
Some of them on the same game and stuff like that.
Money line bets, over unders, what different? But those 3, right? So you're doing either money line bet, which is to win.
Yeah, I think none of the ones were just straight up win. But
Okay,
I
so you did
points
spread
and
and
over.
over under.
Yeah.
All right. I got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I did a couple of points, rebounds, assists.
Okay. So that's basically a parlay.
Which is called player prop or something, or is that what that is?
Player props, yeah. So
Okay.
when I do my parlays with this FanDuel deal, I do all of I love the player props, but that's basically the same thing, right? So you're making, you can do those separate. You can do your own parlay and say do Jokic to score 30 plus points, Jokic, and then make another one Jokic to get 10 plus assists, Jokic to get 10 plus rebounds.
Oh.
Instead of just clicking on the one that they have already made for you.
Yeah.
You can do your own and then you can add to it. I had we talked about it. I get like 8 or 10 of them going. The other night, what was it? I had Devin Booker. Daggone Devin Booker killed me. I think he had like 23 and I had him at 24, or I had him at, he had 24 and I had him at 24 and over 24 and a half.
I'll tell you one that I did that was different than I had ever done before.
Okay, let's hear it.
Picked Domantas Sabonis to make the first field goal of the game.
See, I can't. There's no way. I'm not doing one of those.
I know. I was like, this is like crazy.
They're like plus 700. So if you bet $10, you're going to make $70 off of it.
That's the reason
right?
I tried one. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're insane how much you can win off of them.
Lost it, by the way.
Yeah, of course you did. That's the reason they want you. They want you to make those bets.
Yeah.
They want you to make those bets. They want you to do parlays because you can have a 6-leg parlay, hit 5 of them and miss one by half a point. Guess what? You lost all that money. You didn't get anything for it. If you just would have bet one each, each one of them separately, you'd have won something.
A couple of days ago, I did 4 separate bets on the same night.
Yeah.
Lost all 4.
Lost all 4.
All 4.
Starting to get to the George Costanza where you just got it. Whatever you think you want to bet,
go opposite.
Bet the opposite.
Yep.
Bet the opposite.
So that tells you whatever I say on here that I'm betting moving forward. Probably if you're listening to this, you probably want to go opposite.
So when you bet, what app do you use?
DraftKings.
DraftKings. All right. So I don't have DraftKings, but we can figure this out. So let's do this. So Friday night, this is Wednesday, record on Wednesdays. Usually comes out Thursday or Friday, one of the two. Sometimes a day later, it just depending. But this is just kind of a warm up. Let's get a little warm up in. We're gonna do the primetime game. Well, it's like a 9:00 game on ESPN on Friday, right?
All right. I don't even know. I have to figure out even where to go on this. So you got NBA.
I'm gonna help you out here. So you're gonna go to the NBA.
Yep.
All right. Let's see. You're just gonna scroll down till you get to Friday's games. You might already be there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
they are.
Oh, you know what? It might be too far in advance. They probably don't have anything on Friday's games.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they definitely don't.
Except they already have the Christmas games. They have up till Thursday and then the Christmas Day.
That sounds about right.
Huh. Interesting.
Okay, well, we're gonna have to rethink this. Yeah, because if we do this for like Thursday night football or something, I mean, you could do it for a Thursday game. We could do it for the Thursday game.
Sure, because
if it comes out Thursday at some point, then people can figure it out. If not, it's just for us anyway.
Are not going to make their bets based on what we say.
I mean, once we show how well we do here,
you've already had a lot of success lately.
Really, in the end, I've lost. I think I've won like maybe 5% of the bets I've made, but I've been making bigger, like I said, like 6 or 7 leg parlays.
$400, right, on those lately. But overall, you mean?
So I started when I got in this thing, it had $180 in it. Okay. I've got 237 in there now, and I've cashed out $200. So really, I'm like 430, right? So I'm up. That's all that matters. I've cashed out the 200. Good to go there. I've already made all the money. Now I'm just playing for fun.
Very nice.
Now I'm playing for fun. So, well,
should we bet on the games tomorrow then?
Yep. Which one do you want to do? Which one do you want to do?
I really like this Pacers team, and I'm a Tyrese Halliburton.
I'm liking Tyrese Halliburton, even though he could have scored about 4 more points for me the other night. All right, so let's go to the game.
Yeah, it's
All right.
triple double.
All right, so you're on the game. Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now
We have the same spread. It should be the same spread, right?
yeah, should be pretty close. Yeah, 4.5. All right, so we need to figure alternate spread. Let's just see if we click on this game. There you go. Just click on the game. All right, so what do you? I'm going to tell you how I'm going to go right off the bat. That is your first field goal silliness, and then you've got points. Okay, so over and under for certain people with their points. You've got rebounds over and under for certain people with rebounds. Number of threes over and under. You got points and rebounds over under. Okay. We'll just do over under stuff for how these guys go. Right. So how many are we gonna do? How many do you want to pick here? 3, 4? You want to do your own? Let's walk through it. I'm gonna walk you through it here.
Okay, so you have that's all right. Okay, Bucks Pacers. I mean Giannis is pretty easy to
What's your over under on Giannis's points?
I guess
Is it
you got a
30, probably 32 and a half, maybe?
that's
Points right there.
okay.
So go to show more
I see.
and go down to Giannis. It'll have your over under on Giannis.
32 and a half.
30. Look at that. I don't even have an over under on Giannis's thing. I just knew it was going to be 32 and a half.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. So Giannis 32 and a half. You going over under on 32 and a half?
I'm going over.
You're going to go over?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I'm going to go okay, so you're going to go. Well, you don't have to pick that. I'm just saying this, so we'll each do our own.
I'm going to go over.
Here's what I like.
And I'll tell you why afterward.
I'll tell you what I like to do. I like to go in and just look at each player and look at their last few games and say, okay, what have they done over the last 5 games?
Okay.
All right. 20, 14, 18, 24. Let's say that's what they look like. I'm like, all right, I'm confident with 15 points. Right? So on FanDuel, you can just say, I can just say Giannis 25 points plus. Now, what I win is way less, but I can do it that way.
Okay.
So this could be very difficult if we were going to go 2 different ways that we bet. We don't really have this planned out. We talked about it for a second. It's not really planned out.
Well, let's do this. Would you take over or under 32 and a half for Giannis?
Well, that's
maybe we just find one that we feel different about.
Okay.
And we just do that.
Let's do this. Here's how I would go about that. I'd jump on here and I would say, all right, Giannis, what have you done over the last few games? So I would then say, all right, so Giannis's last games, 35, 32, 26, 33, 33, 31. So if you're telling me over 32 and a half in a semifinal of this game, I'm going to say yes. I feel like he steps up just a little bit more in this game, even though Chris Middleton is now healthy and played well the other night. He still dropped 35. So I am going to go. I like the over on the 32 and a hook. I mean, that's right on a number, though.
Sure.
I feel like 30 for sure. 32 and a hook, man. That's right on that number, man. That 32 number seems to be his sweet spot.
So we agree on this one. So we don't pick that one.
Okay. Yep. All right. What else you want to? Who else you look? Well, let's. Okay. Well, how do you feel? Okay. You go to the next thing that you want to look at.
Should we just go try Tyrese Halliburton? He's 28 and a half.
Try.
What do you think about that?
Well, how do you feel about it?
I'm probably going to go
28 and a half. I mean, they're putting it right on the number that he's going to be right at.
You know what? I'll go under.
Yeah, that's a tough one, man. Tyrese, he's been playing so well lately. And if you just go back and look at what he's done, he's been at 26, 44, 33, 26, 33, 37. And what do they have, Matt? 28?
28 and a half.
I'll go over.
Okay.
I'll take the over.
All right.
28 and a half. All right. So I'll take the over.
And I'll go under.
You'll go under. All right. Here we go. So
$5.
Yep, $5. Let's write them down. I'm going to write them down right now.
Okay. So the total payout's $916 on mine, right? What is that? Is that the same thing for you?
It's going to be. I haven't put it in yet.
Okay.
So we're gonna go I'm going Halliburton over 28.5. All right, what are we looking at next? You want to go for number threes? What do you want to do?
Here's what I'm looking at. We cannot place your bet. You are close to the permitted area border. Please help us determine your location more precisely.
Am I that close to Kentucky?
I guess so.
Wow.
Recheck
I
location.
mean, I'm 5 miles away from Kentucky right now, like the way the crow flies. So, I
Yeah.
mean, that is pretty close.
It's very south.
Very south. We are in the southernmost part. Next week, when we do this, we are going to have our stuff set up and we're just going to do our own. We'll have our own parlays ready to go.
Okay.
How's that sound?
Sure.
Okay. So yeah, I've got Tyrese Halliburton at 28.5. So I'm going to take him on the over. All right. So who do you want to look at next? You want to look at somebody like Dame?
Do you have to do something to you have to do something to blend it into a parlay, right?
Just stay where you're at right now and just go to your next. Did you click on the under?
No.
Okay, click.
Yeah. On the Tyrese Halliburton.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm good on that.
Stay there. Don't do anything else. Now just find the next thing you want to do.
I just did the old man thing where I accidentally hit something, and now it's totally different. Okay, I'm good. I'm good. So
that slip say that you got one bet down there right now.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Where are we going? Where are we going next? We got Dame Lillard. We got Brooke. Let's just do points. We'll just do points for this first one. All right.
All right.
Giannis, we both decided under the 33.5.
We both decided over the 32.5.
32.5. I got him at 33. So even better.
Oh.
Brooke Lopez, 12.5 points is what I have. What do you got? I'm on FanDuel, so it might be different.
Yeah, why would this be different though? 13.5. Is that what you said?
I have it 12. That FanDuel's got him at 12.5. Dame Lillard, they got it 20. I don't have DraftKings. I'll get DraftKings before next week.
It's all right.
Dame Lillard, I got it 27.5. What do you got?
Yeah, I think that's what he was. For goodness sake, that's not.
You're killing me, Adam.
I know. Well, we probably shouldn't have done.
We could have
without.
Yeah, we could have done this. We could have done this much better.
All right. Yeah, we got to go fast here. Where's he at? 27.5.
All right, perfect. What are you thinking on him? So 28, 25, 18, 32, 31. That's his last games. 28, 25, 18. That's his last 3 games. You thought Giannis would be over the 33. So
I'm going to say Dame is going to be. Gosh, that's tough.
We'll move on. Chris Middleton, 14.5. He's fresh back.
14.5. I think he's right. He's probably right around.
Well, that's the whole point of why they put the number where it's at.
But I'm not making any bets that I don't feel good about.
All right. I feel that's a smart way. That's a smart way to go. I will tell you though, just in case you want to know, his last 2 games, 14 and 12. His only 2 games of the year, really, I think, aren't they?
Chris Middleton?
Yeah.
I don't, with Dame, as long as Dame's healthy, I don't know. He's not gonna get a ton of scoring.
All right. How about somebody? Let's go. How about Obi Toppin? Is he even playing? He's been injured.
He's playing.
Okay, Obi Toppin. I've got 12.5.
That's what I have too. Let's say, gosh, that's tough too. No, I'm gonna say. I don't want to do that one. God, everybody's.
I would take the over on Obi Toppin, 12.5. He scored, 12, 22, 25 were his last 3 games. Yeah. 3 games before that, 9, 15, 16. Man, that seems kind of low. 12.5 seems kind of low for him. I'm taking the over.
See, I saw Milwaukee play in person in Indiana a month ago
and shut him down.
And Obi Toppin guarded Giannis, so he got in foul trouble.
Oh, good call. So that's a smart move.
And also, Giannis had 54 in that game, so that's why I said over on that.
All right, well, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's get away. All right, we
Damian Lillard did not play in that game.
Player points is what it is.
Maybe we go to the other game.
Yeah, we can go to the other game.
Wait a minute.
Yep, just go out and go to the other game. Just leave everything how it is. So
Pelicans, Lakers.
Pels, Lakers. What are we thinking for Pels, Lakers?
Okay, so you got there it is, points. Anthony Davis, 26.5.
I got a 27.5. What do you got LeBron at?
I'll go. Let's see. LeBron is 27.5.
I got a 28.5. It's weird. I got a point higher on both. I should be taking the under, is what it sounds like.
I mean, if you feel that way.
How you feeling? What are you thinking about those two?
I'm taking LeBron over 27.5.
Okay. I'll take LeBron under 27.5. I'll take the under.
Okay.
I'll take the under. I love me some LeBron, and
Sure.
you know what? That's tough because he really turns up for these games. I'm not doing
Okay.
that. I agree with you. What about Brandon Ingram? I got him at 23.5. This is the guy I said I feel like this could be a game for him.
Brandon Ingram, 22.5.
Wow. Okay. So again, we're point off, but is what it is. All right. So what do you think about Brandon Ingram 22.5?
I'll take
30, 23, 14, 15. His last game.
I'll take over.
Yeah, I like the over too.
Okay.
That's okay though. We've got one different. We can still bet that. We can bet the same if we want to bet the same. Zion, what do you got him at?
He's at 23.5.
All right. How you feel about Zion at 23.5?
Gosh, that one's hard.
This is something that we are definitely going to have to do before we get on
sure.
next time.
For sure.
There's no doubt.
Over on Zion.
Over on Zion? I'm taking the under on Zion.
Okay, let's do it. So I'm doing $5 bets individually on these.
No.
Okay.
No, it's one $5 bet, but they all have to be right to win.
But it's asking me.
No, I'll show you. We'll take care of it.
Okay.
So you went with the over. I took the under.
Add more. Okay. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. How about
I'm taking the over on Brandon Ingram. Let's both take the over on Brandon Ingram then. If you think he's going over, let's do that.
Okay.
All right. So we got two different, one the same. Neither of us are going to win. So mine comes out at 24.83. If I hit this, yours will be somewhere around the same. Let me see your phone. I'll show you how to do it. Let's see here. That's single game parlay. You've only got two of them in here. You're okay. We'll figure this out here. So you got Brandon Ingram. Oh, you need Tyrese Halliburton. So we'll go up here. We'll go back. We'll go here. I'm gonna get you in here. Start talking about what you think about Tyrese Halliburton, and I'll get this thing set up for you.
I mean, his shot looks odd, but
that's no joke.
He made 3 or 4 shots from 4 or 5 feet beyond the arc, like like either losing the dribble and picking it back up, or
Are you taking the over or the under on Tyrese? You took the under.
I think I took the under.
Yeah, I took the over. All right, here we go. So here's your bet slip. So you've got individual stuff. Here's a 3-pick parlay. Okay. You're gonna go $5. It's gonna pay you $31.35.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, I can eat 10 cheese conies.
There you go.
That's like 5 cheese conies.
All right. So I'm going. My bet's in. I'm in. Bet's in. I only win 24.83, which means that my odds are better to hit the things than yours are.
Okay.
So I picked slightly better odds than you did.
It says place 2 bets because I think
I don't know what you're doing. All right. So we have that all taken care of. Adam, while I take care of this for you,
we promise it will never be like that again.
Yeah, that is what it is.
All right. We go into so the next thing I will set you up on the phone there so we can take a look at the next lucky or unlucky lady.
I'm so excited about that.
While you're working on that, I'll tell you. Let's go number either 5 or 6 Gould this past weekend.
Oh,
So,
you had 5 people Gould you this week?
No. Oh. Total.
Oh, you're up too.
But this is planned a day and a thing or a time, had plans in place and then agreed upon, and then the person backs out, or the person
He got ghosted. I like to
the
call it
person
gold.
just does not speak to you anymore. Yeah, I'd love to meet. Let's do this day, this time, or this place, or whatever. Sounds good. Great. And then a day or two before,
Just hit place bet. That's all you got to do. Just hit place bet and it's done.
that's all I did last time.
There you go. What does it say now?
Good receipt.
Yep,
Done.
you're done. You're
There you
in. All right, we've got it. You've got a bet. I got a bet for Thursday's game. Very interested. Now I'm going to be watching that game like a hawk. Like a hawk.
Okay, both games, yeah. All right. So we are, I think last week we something happened. Oh.
Thought something happened on the actual screen. I just needed a charge.
Okay. I think last week was the first week that we did we're dialing up the app, one of the apps, and the first person that comes up, we're making a decision on.
Pimple.
Pimple was our first.
Pimple was our first one.
Guest.
Yeah. All right.
And we swope left on her.
I had a feeling there's going to be a lot of left swiping going on in this bad boy. So you got gold. Okay. So what happened? Where were you supposed to go this weekend?
I'd like to know.
No, I want to know where you're supposed to go.
Ready for this?
Yeah.
Lexington, Kentucky.
What?
Mm-hmm.
You're taking somebody on the first date an hour and a half away?
No, they are an hour and a half away.
Why are you dating somebody an hour and a half away?
I'm not.
Obviously. They're talking to you, and then you're like, seriously, yeah, I'm cool. We'll hook up. We'll find a place to meet. And she's like, I'm in Lexington. You're like, whatever. I'll come down there I'll drive an hour and a half there and an hour and a half back to spend an hour with you. Sure.
I mean, it was 2 hours.
And they went, what? This dude is crazy. If your first date, he's going to drive an hour and a half.
No, I mean, a lot of these people on here are from Lexington, Indianapolis, Columbus.
When the tight knit starts going down, you got to start spreading the old circle around.
Yeah, there are only so many goofballs within
first,
age range here.
Yeah, within Adam's age range, which surprisingly is bigger than I thought it was.
I mean, this past week on some of these apps, I've gotten I think like 3 people in their 50s and a 65-year-old gal that liked me or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you never know, man. It's like they say women are like a fine wine, right? Better with age.
She had 10 pictures on there. I would say 5 of them she looked 40 and 5 of them she looked 65.
Yeah, well, I would say figure on your date, she's going to look 40, but normal, she's going to look 65.
Yeah. That's probably about right.
Yeah, but after your first date, she's going to look 55.
Yeah, right. So last week we used Bumble, right?
Okay.
And that's swipe left, swipe right. Hinge is not a swipe. This person's name is
cousin Janine.
Cousin Janine.
Oh no, not cousin. That would be weird. How about just Janine? It's the same name as one of our cousins. So I just immediately said cousin. So we'll just call her Janine.
Right. Okay.
Did you forget that was one of our cousins' names?
I didn't. Yeah, I've my brain's off, I guess. So anyway, on Hinge, so you see the little heart there?
Yeah.
That's just for that picture. If you want to like her picture, that's the way you let her know. So you can hit that heart and it brings up, it's going to show her, you can make a comment. You can write a little thing.
It's too much.
And say, and it'll send her like, this is the picture that he liked and this is what he has to say. Right. Or, okay. So the next thing says dream vacation. She says Italy with some emojis with the Italian flag and stuff. Heart. I can hit that. It's going to let her know I specifically like that, right? If you're going to swipe left, this X down here on the corner, that's the X.
Okay.
It's out of here.
This is way too much.
By the way,
I could never date in the 2000s.
Yeah, no, it's this is definitely the 2000s, not the 20s. But the
2020s. My bad. I don't even know where we're at right now. I couldn't date in the 2020s. it sounds weird to say the 20s. I think like Babe Ruth.
I could date in the 1920s. Yeah,
I
for
could
sure.
100% date in the 1920s.
I was probably a cobbler then, or some thing that doesn't exist anymore.
I'm a baker. If I'm a little bit higher up than somebody else, they'll sell me their daughter or something, right?
Sure, yeah. You trade goods for sheep and stuff. I don't know, but okay. So that's this one. And before we get into that, I'll just tell you the eye roll news that's blowing up my phone right now. Juan Soto's a Yankee. Big deal. Big whoop. So what? Giannis was right. The rich get richer. Who cares?
Ain't no doubt. We knew it was coming when he went to the Padres.
So this is Janine.
All right.
And here you go.
I'm not hearting anything. I'm just gonna let you know that ain't happening.
You don't have to. I mean, if you decide that's what we're doing, then we're gonna have to decide something to heart.
Figure how this whole thing works. You got me on one of the most difficult things in the world right now. It was so much easier just to swipe right, swipe left. In the very beginning of this podcast 5 years ago, or however long it was, we had a thing where it was swipe left, swipe right. And it was just about if you like something or not.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Now I got to heart certain things. All right. So see, already picture, I don't know which one she is anymore.
Well, she's the first
in the middle. Okay. So picture out with friends, way too much lipstick. I'm not these people. Okay. I'm not these people.
You don't put lipstick on?
I don't put lipstick on. I don't hang out with people that just like everybody's got a ton of makeup on. I'm not.
Okay.
That's too fancy. She's too fancy.
What about if you're at a wedding?
All right, that's different. Okay, that's not as fancy. This picture as seen on my mom's fridge.
Yeah, that's just like a prompt that you can choose, and that's just she doesn't.
So it's like her work picture is what it is.
Sure.
Left-handed.
She's left-handed.
Yep.
Hey,
identical twin.
Mount Rushmore quarterback.
Identical twin.
Oh.
Red Sox fan.
Okay.
This is two truths and a lie. Oh.
Okay. What are they?
Two truths and a lie. I am left-handed. I have an identical twin, and I'm a Red Sox fan.
Which one do you think it is?
Is the lie?
Mm-hmm.
I think the lie is she's an identical twin because she'd have been in one of the pictures with her.
Oh, she did. Did we go through the rest?
I didn't go through all of them, but
anybody look like her?
None of them look like her.
So good deducing. Very good.
So that's mine. So Red Sox fan, left-handed.
Okay.
Is she holding a drink in any of these? No, she's not. Her friends are. I don't
shooting a basketball on it.
UC, see, she got UC stuff on.
Okay, see, that's the no for you.
That's a big old no for me.
I don't care about that.
Yeah, but at least she's in Cincinnati for you. Her weekends look like a White Claw at a UC game.
Is she in Cincinnati? That's just a picture. You can see where she's from.
How do you even do this?
So it's different on this one. So
you would have to give me the thing that's almost impossible. Executive recruiter. Those people get on my nerves.
Executive recruiter.
Yeah, the people that send her on LinkedIn and you get a million messages. Hey, we've seen your profile and you'd be good for this job. I'm a recruiter for so and so. Get out of town.
I know it seems crazy. That's how I got the job I have now. It is. A recruiter reached out on LinkedIn.
Well done. Okay, so we've got 38 years old. Okay. That's pretty close to your age.
Yeah.
She's a woman. That's a big thing.
That's pretty big.
Her
pre-op or post-op?
Her magnet is straight.
Okay.
I mean, it's a magnet.
I think it's what she's attracted to, like a magnet.
Or straight people?
Yeah, I guess. Or maybe that's what she is.
Okay.
I guess.
And then a ruler. What's the ruler mean?
Oh, you gotta scroll over.
5'3", uptown, no kids, once kids.
So uptown is where she's from. So now you gotta figure out that. So I think
what's uptown?
I think that's
what's
like
up though?
Clifton area.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Once children.
You see.
Swims, Aquarius. Does that mean she's a swimmer? She swam?
No,
it's got like a pool next to it.
I don't know. Aquarius is isn't that your sign or whatever? You're like a Capricorn and
yeah, that's
Blitzen.
drink, yes, smoke, no, dope, no, drugs, no. Dope. I say dope. Yeah, dope.
Yeah.
Dope. Although Cincinnati, tomorrow, I believe, December 7th, I believe is the day. Is that right? I could be wrong
December
about that.
7th is a big day.
I think December 7th is 30 days after the marijuana or the cannabis law passed, and you can have up to 2.5 ounces on you.
Wow.
I don't know exactly how much that is. That could be a small handful or 7 bags.
Yeah,
I have
no idea how much that is. No clue.
I just know that's the number.
December 7th is isn't that what's the Pearl Harbor Day?
Oh,
But it is a national holiday because it is Larry Joe Bird's birthday.
hey, happy birthday tomorrow, Uncle Larry. Man, I feel like there's not as much information on this, and there's not as much stuff for me to know how you would actually feel about this person. I feel like you would give this a try.
There's all the same information.
Do you?
What's it missing?
I don't know. I don't think this is a bad person. I would say that you would I don't know, you would say no to this.
Does she have kids?
No kids. But she
does not
wants
have
kids,
but
which
she wants kids.
so that's a big old no for you too. But you can try to talk her out of it.
I don't necessarily not want kids for sure. I mean, doesn't.
I mean, I'm
kids.
42. I mean, if what's his name? What's the guy?
Oh, there's
there's a lot of guys that have kids in
people
like their
have-
70s.
Yeah. Robert wasn't Robert De Niro or somebody
Yeah,
recently.
De Niro's got like 3 kids since he was 70.
He's 86 years old. He just had a kid.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the same as what's the comedian? Did all the gun movie, Naked Gun movies.
Leslie Nielsen.
Oh no, not Leslie Nielsen. That's not
Uh,
who I was thinking of. That's correct, but that's not who I was thinking
there's a clip that it keeps coming up on I think TikTok or something from one of those movies,
of. Yeah.
and it's so funny to me every time. I guess he's like a detective or cop or something, and he walks into a crime scene, and there's a lady that's also a cop that was there before, and she's like giving him the lowdown about what and she's like, white guy. He said something like, "Is there a suspect or whatever?" Yeah, white guy, 6'6", mustache. He's like, "That's a big mustache." Something like that.
He's very good at that stuff.
Yeah.
Those Naked Guns are so good.
Okay, so
Are you saying no, or are you saying you're looking
I
at
have
it?
to look at the lady. Well, if I'm really picky,
That's a no. That's what I said. I figured it was a no.
can McDonald's are 3 different drinks. Okay,
What was that?
a Coke from a bottle, a can, and McDonald's are 3 different drinks. 3 very different drinks. She says.
A Coke in a can.
I kind of agree.
A Coke. Yeah, I would agree with that. I don't feel like that. I don't understand how that tells me who you are as a person.
It's just a conversation piece.
Oh.
Just a conversation piece. I could heart that and make a comment on it, and that way she knows I'm starting the conversation here.
This is so ridiculous. I'm losing interest in this part of the thing more and more every time we do it.
All right, I hit the X. It's out of here.
I figured you would. Just say no like you normally would.
Just say no to drugs.
Sorry, Janice. Or was it Janine?
It was Janine.
Janine.
It was cousin Janine.
Poor Janine. Poor Janine. She's just trying to recruit you to be a weatherman.
A weatherman?
Yeah. I think you would be a good weatherman.
That's like usually the dumbest people that on the news do that.
What? Steve Horsemeyer's my guy, dude.
Sure, Tim
That dude's a
Hedrick, all the
genius.
legends. Yeah, for
Steve
sure.
Horsemeyer is like a living legend.
Mm-hmm. I'm with you.
Is he alive? He's alive. He does Fox, right? Yeah. That's
Yeah, I
Steve
think it was
Horsemeyer.
Tim Hedrick that passed.
Yeah. Old Uncle Timmy.
Mhm.
I don't know how smart he was, but Steve Horsemeyer, smartest guy you'll ever talk to.
He just looks smart because he's an older guy now and he wears glasses.
100% skinny old guy with glasses,
Yeah.
white hair.
Yeah.
It's like a professor.
You trust that guy.
1,000%.
Yeah.
Well,
Although no meteorologist is really good at it, but
I feel like Steve Horsemeyer I feel like he's like 65%.
he's the LeBron of
He's the LeBron. Like he'll never win a championship.
meteorologist.
But he's only won a few championships, but he was in the finals 9 straight years.
Okay. There we go. We're finished with that part. I guess we'll just stick with Bumble then because you do not want to deal with
It's so much
anything
easier
other than
just to swipe and swipe. I don't like this. You got to heart certain things. Like
All right.
that doesn't tell. I mean, that's too much.
It's real. I
too
think
much.
it's kind of helpful because you can pick something on there. Like if something that's like a prompt to help you start the conversation. You can reply to something they said specifically.
Oh, you'd love to go to Italy. So would I. Neither of us can afford it. Okay.
Oh, apparently everybody can afford it
Oh,
because
does everybody go to Italy?
everybody wants to go. Everybody travels the whole world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've got
Everybody,
three kids, man. I ain't got money to
everybody
travel.
takes months and months off of work somehow and spends tens of thousands of dollars apparently to travel the world. Everybody can do
I
it.
don't know how you
I
do
have
that.
no idea how.
My brother-in-law's sister,
Mhm.
like, did this thing where they take some kind of trail from like the bottom of California to the tippy top of Washington State.
Wow.
And you just walk. You go with a bag and you just walk. You got like a
Real Forrest Gump type
backpack
of thing.
kind of a thing in there with like a knapsack, and you just link up with some people and you just hang out with them, and they got little like stops, and people send you shoes and stuff, and
That's
I
exactly like and then when you're all
yep,
done, you just stop and go, I think I'll go
I
home
think
now.
I'll go home now. I just don't. Yeah, I that kind of like it took her like 2 months to do it or something.
Sure, I'll bet.
That's insane to me.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
No,
I wouldn't.
it's so crazy.
So yes.
I mean, it sounds cool, I guess. It's just a lot.
Mhm.
It's a lot.
Big commitment there.
Yeah, and I like showering way too much.
Yes.
I
That would be the
love
hardest part.
showering. And I know you can brush your teeth with just a bottle of water. I'd be able to brush my teeth, so that'd be good. But the shower is what would kill me.
Well, I mean, you got wipes and stuff then, I guess, in that case.
I'm not, dude. Let me tell you something. So a long time ago, do you remember? I used to try to do this stuff where you can make some money when I was in college by, um, they like give you a product, you use it, and then you go into this like group and talk about it.
Yep.
Or you like fill paperwork out of how you used it every day. I can't remember. There's two of them.
A survey.
My
Or
mom
focus
used to
group or
do
something.
that. Yeah, my mom
Mine did
used to do.
too.
Yeah, it's probably where she got it from. It was probably from your mom. And then I was like, I'm in on this. My mom's like, hey, they need somebody between the ages of 18 and 25, and I'm like, count me in. Old Spice was bringing out their very first ever. It was like a body wipe, like a wipe for your body to make you smell better. And I mean, I don't think it was designed to clean you in any way, but it was designed. I don't even like, they didn't have Clorox wipes at this time. I'm talking 20 some years, like 20 years ago, probably.
Okay.
And so I signed up for this thing, and there is nothing weird like just wiping yourself with this like moist thing that smells good. Like, if it's supposed to make you feel clean, it didn't. I felt weird. I felt disgusting. I tried it after a basketball game once. I was like, I feel like I don't smell any better. I feel like I smell like a mixture of BO and whatever this is now. I don't know. But anyway, I did one of the, I had some wipes. I'm not a fan of them. I'm not a fan of the body wipes.
They have all kinds of wipes now. I mean, basically it's like a kid wipe, like
Yeah.
they've got the ones
Yeah.
that are supposed to clean you up a little bit or whatever now, but and they're all over the place. But yeah, I guess 20 years ago, that's probably the new, the just starting out.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's a different deal. Anyway,
where were we? We were talking about, or were we jumping into? Oh, I know what I want.
Yeah.
You ever been to the Delhi Parade?
One time. I've been in Delhi for
40 years,
35 years. Been in Delhi. Been one time that I know of. One time, I took my son when he was like a year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my buddy, he had his daughter, and I
call your wife your buddy.
That's she wasn't
sweet.
there.
Oh,
me and Little went, and it was we were just there. It was one of the very first pictures I ever had that I still. It's like one of the first pictures I have on my phone that keeps transferring from phone to phone.
Yeah, I went to my very first Delhi Parade over the weekend.
What was the reason? Was your daughter, or not your daughter, was your niece
my daughter
in it?
My daughter was in it. My buddy and I took my daughter there, and we it was nice. I got a picture. My niece marched in it. Yes,
nice.
Her dance team. Yeah.
Nice. What dance team was it?
I think it's called Revere.
She's on two dance teams.
Oh, she's on a team with your daughter.
That girl's on two dance teams.
Yeah, she is.
My girls can hardly memorize the one dance, much less however many that
She
girl's
does it
got to
with us
do.
all the time at their house. She loves to learn the dances and practice them.
Good for her.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Yep. But anyway, yeah, that was that was cute, and there was some other stuff, and I'll tell you what, I mean I have no use for a parade except for something like that. I'll go and I'll see my niece or whatever, but I'll boy, the fire engines and the stuff that are so loud,
Dude, I can't stand that.
I
They
hate it.
turn the sirens on, especially like it's the same thing with
Ugh.
it's the same thing at Harvest Dome anymore.
Oh yeah,
Harvest Dome gets on my
always
last
been that
nerve
way.
too.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't do the really super loud sirens when there are tons of people right next to you the whole way.
Yes.
It's not smart. It just I get it's like supposed to be like a neat thing because everybody can see it up close and
Mhm.
hear the siren. People want to hear the siren for some reason. I don't want to hear the siren. I don't want to hear that real loud like beep noise or whatever that is. Yeah. Oh, that's awful.
The air horn that they have.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Man, don't do that,
I'm with you.
Don't do
But
it. And it's so strange. And then like there were vehicles in it that had no marking, had no idea
just
who
a
it
car.
was.
Dude, you're in Delhi, man. They just need to fill it up. That dude just made a left on the Delhi Pike. It was like, I'm in a parade. I guess I'll just drive until I get to the next till the stops.
That happened to me once. I was at the
You drove a parade.
I ended up like I was coming home from somewhere one year and it was the Harvest Home Parade. And I just was like one of the first cars after the parade ended. And there were still people lining the streets. And I'm like, this is weird. But that's what I was gonna say. Like like these these people that drive in the car and they just wave and they if they look right at you and they wave to you, I'm like, I don't know what to
wave.
do.
Wave to them. Be a human being.
Why am I waving?
Why are you there? If you're gonna go there and you know that you're at a parade, that's what they do. They wave to you, you wave back. It's a nice thing. It's a good feeling inside to be nice to somebody. Look at somebody in the eyes and say, "Hey, how are you?"
That's odd to me. When do you ever look at a stranger from across the way and go, "Hey"? When do you ever do that?
Every time I'm at a parade.
Why?
Because that's what they do at parades.
That's so strange to me. It's so weird.
But that's what they do at parades. You've been going to the Harvest Stone parade since you were born.
And I probably waved when I was a kid, but now I realize how strange that is.
I go to the Harvest Stone parade because my girls do the same thing, dance. I wave at everybody. If they look at me and wave, I'm gonna give them a good little wave and a smile. How you doing, man?
I'm like,
I mean, those people got to sit there and just wave at people like you all day that just ignore them. Come to a parade and then ignore the person waving to you. That would break me down inside. I would have nightmares because of someone like you. I need to wave back. I'm making that guy feel better. Like, you know what, bud? I got you, bro. How are you doing today?
The kids want to wave and the people want to wave. Focus on them. Focus on them. Don't look at a guy.
No, it ain't like that. Look, when they're driving, they're looking all over and waving. And if somebody catches the eyes, you get an extra half a second, a little, and maybe a head nod.
Yeah.
It's all it is. They're looking up and down everybody. Boom, eyes, little head nod, keep on going. That's all it is. If you creepily are staring at somebody driving by, and then
you have to, they're the parade.
Right, well, you're the one creepily staring at them. Look at find somebody you know. I don't know. You're saying they're creepy, and they're in the parade, and their job is to wave at you.
That's not creepy for me to look at the thing driving in front of.
Why is it so weird for them to wave at you?
It's weird to wave to people that. Why are we
just want these people in a car in a parade just driving around honk honk?
If you wanna wave to people you know, or you want to wave to kids or these old timers that are
maybe they were waving. They're waving to Gabe. They're waving to somebody next to you, but you just are like, oh, this dude's looking at me. There's kids everywhere. You're constantly waving them.
Parades are weird.
And then you just make small, instantaneous eye contact. And now all of a sudden you're a weird guy waving. You know what? If that's the case, I'm a weird guy.
Well,
I talk to strangers all the time. If I'm walking down the street and you're walking in the opposite direction, I am eyeing you until I get a head nod. Don't you look
I'll
down.
head nod you.
I look straight into your eyes. Finally, at the last second, I'll give you, hey, bud, how you doing? Hey, man, what's up? I'll do it every single time.
Sure.
Oh, hello, everybody. But I'm gonna make you feel bad when you're walking by me with your head down, staring. I'm gonna stare a hole right through your face. Be a kind person. Be a normal human being and say hello.
Of course, I do that.
Well,
if you're walking one-on-one, no, a parade is a totally different thing. That doesn't. Parades don't make sense.
I can't disagree with you more.
Wow.
Parades are human fanfare. I don't even know what that even means, to be 100% honest with you, but I am not a wordsmith. Therefore, I can't come up with the correct wording for what I want to say. But it's just a way to bring the community together.
Okay.
Right? You're bringing a community together for a good reason. The Harvest Dome Thanksgiving Parade. Mm-hmm. And you just or the Delhi is the Thanksgiving
Delhi
or December is Christmas parade. And you just, everybody's happy. You're in the parade. Your job is to look around and wave. That's your literal job when you're in the parade. Mm-hmm. What else are you supposed to do?
Yeah, I don't know. They had
So are you supposed to be driving down the street, wave at a kid, and then see somebody, stop real quick until you look past them and see somebody else and pull your hand back down real quick?
No,
you're not a weird guy looking at some 42-year-old guy now. Oh, that guy's gonna think I'm odd. I better put my hand down. Don't make eye contact. Don't look. He's staring at me. It's hard not to look back.
I get that you're waving. It's just weird to me to wave to the people that are driving by. I think it's strange. I feel very strange waving at.
I will tell you this.
Like, I'm not 7 or 97. I don't need
at
to
the
wave.
Harvest Dome Parade. We have to get there way early to drop the kids up. So we always get our little seat in the same spot over the past like 2 or 3 years, and actually longer than that because used to walk with another group. Anyway, always in the same spot. And we usually now have like the same people with us. You bring a couple cocktails with you while you're watching. Everybody that sits next to me, they do not look at anybody in the parade. They don't wave. They talk to each other as they're sitting there waiting for the kids to get done. Me, I am 100% the lone wolf at the end, looking at every single person. I'm 100% waving back. Like I said, I can be as passionate as I want to be about this, but in reality, I know that I'm just that weird guy on the side. But a little part of me makes me feel like, you know what? A lot of people are ignoring that guy driving down the street waving. I'm not going to ignore him. And usually when I give him one of those, I get a little extra smile. That smile gets a little bigger on their face.
Oh,
get a little back. Get a little something back. You know what I mean?
All right.
Give a little, take a little.
Well,
give a little, get a little.
When Janine and I have a kid, I'm sure we'll be get into a parade with that old rascal, and
you'll be sitting on the back of a Corvette running for office.
Yeah, running for office. Yeah. I'm not going to put anything on the people aren't even going to know who I am.
Yep.
Not going to put anything on the side or anything. Just going to be a guy in a parade.
God, it would be so great. That would be so good. I hope that someday you make a turn in a real parade.
I'll tell you who I'm going to get a group together to put in a parade.
Okay.
And it's going to be a group of left-handed quarterbacks.
Well, I would say I could probably pick 4 of them and put them on a Mount Rushmore, and we could put them on the Mount Rushmore car.
Here's who I am taking with me in the parade.
Oh, I can't wait. It's gonna be the same. We're gonna have the same exact people.
We're gonna have the same people, and I'm gonna start with Ken Stabler.
Oh, Kenny Stabler.
And he was a Raider, and he was an MVP, and he won a championship in Super Bowl 11. And he is I think one of 2 left-handed quarterbacks in the Hall of Fame, if I'm not mistaken.
Is there only 2?
He was the second at least.
Yeah,
and I think there might only be 2. And then I'm going to bring Michael Vick because he's the one that people are going to be most familiar with.
And he revolutionized the game.
He revolutionized the game. He was the first quarterback to rush for 1,000 yards. He was so much fun to watch. He had a rifle arm, and he was as fast as any running back in the league.
I was just listening to a podcast, or not a podcast. He was on Dan Patrick show, and listening to him on the Dan Patrick show, like I love listening to him talk now, because this is a man that's been through a lot. Like he's had ups and downs and been that guy and whatever, right? With the dog stuff and all that thing. Listening to him talk about how he knows how much better he could have been because he didn't put as much time and effort because everything came so naturally easy to him.
Yeah.
To hear him talk about that stuff, like when he came back, how much time he put in because he learned so much while he was in jail and everything, like how he needed to be and how he worked. He's like, man, I never even stretched. I didn't stretch before games. They all stretch. I was sitting on the ground. I'm just running my mouth talking. I did not stretch.
That's crazy.
Talking all this like insane. And then he said, but I ain't running a 40 now. The other day, he said 2 years ago, I tried to run and I felt my hammy start tightening up. I said, that's it. I'm done.
Yeah, he was super, super electric. And he's the second guy I'm taking with me in this parade.
You know who his idols were?
No.
Barry Sanders. He was a running back in high school. Barry Sanders. Mm-hmm. And who I think your next person is.
Steve Young.
Steve Young.
That's
Steve
right.
Young, who was, and when Vic was little, was the closest. I mean, beside him and Randall Cunningham were the mobile quarterbacks of their time.
That's right. Yeah, 2-time MVP, 3-time Super Bowl champ, once as a starter because he was Joe Montana's backup, and then Joe Montana left, and he became, oh, now I'm just the best quarterback.
Yeah,
he first play for the 49ers.
Joe Montana.
So, yeah, he was really, he was a guy that didn't look like he'd be a great runner, and he certainly was a great runner.
Absolutely.
1, 2 MVPs, 3 championships. Yeah, he was earlier than I remembered too. Like he played in the 80s.
Yeah.
And it's weird because I'm like, I feel like it feels like Steve Young played in the early 2000s to me.
Oh, see, I would think that Steve Young played in like the early 90s. That's how I would feel.
And he did.
Like through like 96, maybe being at the end of his career.
For some reason, he just still feels new. Not new, but
see, I just automatically think Joe Montana against the Bengals, 80s, 88, right? So, and he came right after that.
It's hard to remember. He was the backup on that team.
Right. Yeah. But he came right after that. So, I mean, it had to be the early 90s.
Yeah. Yep. He was around then. Yeah. So Steve Young, and then last, and it's the guy who's going to be either driving the vehicle for everybody, or he's going to be the guy, the premier guy on the back of the truck. Boomer.
I was just going to say
Norman Boomer,
the other quarterback in that game. We have the exact 4 same people.
Yeah. Did you have anybody else even close?
I mean, close to those 4? No.
Yeah.
There's none of them that are close to that. You had like Scott Mitchell and Mark Brunell, who was a great quarterback.
Mark Brunell was the other guy.
Tim Tebow, who was probably the greatest college quarterback for a period of time, but his was mostly running anyway. But no, yeah, there's not.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm missing at least one other decent one. Tebow, and then you got Scott Mitchell, who was garbage. Paul McDonald, I don't even know who he is.
Yeah, there were some
Mark
older guys
Brunell.
I'm not too sure about.
Who was the? Oh, Jim Zorn. Jim Zorn was. Yeah, he may still hold some Seattle records actually. Yeah, but outside of that, I don't know any of these other. There's like 12 guys on this list. I don't even know who the other people are.
Yeah. Yep. Not a ton of left-handed quarterbacks to start with, and
but the ones that were pretty daggone good.
They were outstanding.
Boomer may be the greatest play-action fake quarterback in history.
Yeah,
he'd hold that ball on his hip,
and certainly my favorite of the 4.
Oh, absolutely, as Cincinnati Bengals fans.
Right.
You know who else is a Boomer Esiason fan?
Who's that?
Mike Birbiglia.
If there's a couple things about Mike Birbiglia that everybody knows.
Boomer fan.
Number 1, Boomer fan.
Number 2, jumped out of a 3-story window.
Those are the 2 things. Yeah. So Mike Birbiglia.
Apparently he's sleeping without his thing anymore because he's just jotting stuff down.
That's before he goes to bed.
Oh yeah, I guess but it's why he's laying in bed is the part that gets me. I figure like what happens if you accidentally doze off while you're laying in there, you know what I mean?
Happen on the couch or something.
That's why I'm like, you got to get that thing on right now. Like if you feel that first eye nod, I'm jumping and going and getting in my cocoon, bro.
Yeah.
I do not want to walk through a plate glass window.
Okay. The Old Man in the Pool. This was on Netflix. I'll tell you what, I started the Mount Rushmore. You go ahead.
So I didn't write anything down, which I haven't been doing for much of these anyway. Mike Birbiglia, I don't know that there's another comic quite like him. I put this guy, like, if you're putting him in categories, I'm not saying he's my all-time favorite comic, like that kind of a thing. But if you put him in like sections of how people do comedy, right? You've got these guys, you got guys like Big J Okerson, Matt Rife, like to do their talk to the audiences. You've got guys like the Mexican fellow we just did, with like little short, little dry, never laughs, no, that kind of stuff. Him and what was his name?
We did Louis Katz last.
No, it was the one before him.
What did we do before that? It was sheesh. How far back am I going in this thing? Ralph Barbosa.
Guys like him, yeah, you just got a lot of different types of comics. I don't know anybody that does it like him.
Very unique style.
Very unique. He feels to me like, he said at one point of this, he said that his wife is an introvert and he's an extrovert. Part of me wants to think there's no way that dude is an extrovert at a party.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see him being that guy. I feel like I feel like he'd just be off to the side, ready to leave. Like, that's how I feel just by listening to him talk and how he looks.
You were thinking of me.
Well, yeah, the definition of introvert. No. I'll say the very first thing that jumped out at me right off the bat: bottom button not buttoned on his shirt. Yeah. I could not stop staring at the bottom button on his shirt.
Yep.
The entire time. Couldn't stop. I don't know if it was done on purpose because maybe his little belly was a little bigger than he wanted it to be with his type 2 diabetes. And
it's gone.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Congratulations to Mike Birbiglia.
That's exactly the path that I'm going to take, by the way. I will get diabetes, and then I will finally make the changes.
Yep. Start swim one day a week.
No, I will never swim.
And well, Mike Birbiglia said he would never swim either, and he started swimming one day a week. I mean,
for all the reasons that he talked about the pool, the public pool,
20 gallons of urine, straight urine. Straight urine. Pure urine. That was what it was. Pure urine.
In a 200,000 gallon tank. 20 gallons
of pure urine. Now, it may not be that much on scale, but 20 gallons is quite a bit.
Whenever I hear gallons, I picture the old milk gallons, the gallons of milk.
Yep.
And whatever we're talking about, I see those and filled up in
you see Bobby's old, the guy that lived underneath cousin Bobby for a while, that big giant guy that played football with us. He would leave. He had milk cartons next to his bed because he didn't want to get up in the middle of the night.
Chad or
Big Chad. I think that might be it. Bobby's like, this is nasty. He's going to he's got milk jugs next to his thing. He just pees in a milk jug in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
That's so gross.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's that guy. He's got 20 of those sitting around.
Oh, yucky.
How close do you get to filling those up? One, because every time you're like, oh man, the next time I wake up, I might fill that thing. I better make sure I get a new one tomorrow. And he didn't get another one. He wakes up the next day like, oh boy, I might just top this bad boy off.
That's the thing. That's why I could never like pee in a bottle like on a road trip or something like that. Because I'd be too afraid to. What happens if it's almost full?
You gotta shut that thing down, bro. You gotta shut that thing down.
There's no lever. There's no button.
Yeah, that's the Kegels exercises, bro. You gotta be able to shut that thing down.
Oh man,
you gotta shut that thing down.
I don't know.
Yeah, you gotta shut her down.
Oh, I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can.
Yeah,
and then it's on. It's on your hand, and it's on the seat. It's on the floor. And
you can do it. You can do it.
I don't know
if you can pinch a fart or pinch a turd. as it's coming out. When you notice that turd's coming, when you think it's a fart and it's a ball of jelly,
that's a different body part, man.
but it's the same muscles that you're tightening.
I don't know.
1,000. Oh yeah, clench it up right now. Yeah, that's your Kegels on both sides, bud. That's holding the pee and the poop. You're stopping everything right there. Boom. Done. Nope. You ain't going home today, boy. You gotta practice your Kegels, right?
Where do
Do
we
your Kegel exercises?
I can't say that's one
Just
of the things
driving
I
down the
can-
road, just clinching back and forth, seeing how long you can hold it.
I can't. You have reason to practice that. You have all this time in the car.
That's
and
not a
you're-
reason.
And you got to pee all the time and stuff. I don't know, but where did we go? 20 gallons of pee.
20 gallons of pee.
Swimming pool.
Yes.
He's swimming.
Yeah.
I'm not swimming. He's swimming.
The
right.
fungus and all that stuff and the pool and the puddles and
Yeah.
Vanessa and his body, and that's what they're trying to do. Listen, here's the deal. Mike Birbiglia is very good. Mike is different kind of comic. A lot of stuff. He does that stuff that who did you say we did last week? Oh, Louis Katz was making fun of, where they bring that big, long, drawn, slow talking.
He's slow.
He does that stuff a lot. And then sometimes it's got it finishes like really meaningful still.
Mm-hmm.
Like you think that he's going to do that and then pull a punchline out of it. Now, sometimes he does that and then finishes with some like deep stuff and then pauses even longer and gets into the joke. And it's like, that is so good. That's got to be so difficult to hold for so long. And he captures the audience as well as anyone. You could hear a pin drop in that place. It gets so quiet.
Yeah.
And then he hits you.
He's got the right voice for it, I guess.
Yep.
And
he pulls back very well. He does a lot of this actually felt like sometimes he was going a little too much. He moved around a lot more in this than ever. He was on the ground a lot. Like, I don't remember him being such a physical comic like that.
He's done since his last couple were more like one-man shows. He's done that a little bit more, I think, lately, but it's still, yes. But I was thinking about that too. Like, even his act outs are slow.
Yeah.
Like, everything he does is slow.
Yeah.
But he's so well spoken, and he's just so like eloquent and stuff. He just, I love the way he uses his words.
Yep.
It's so funny, and it's kind of impressive.
Very impressive.
And I'm like, man, I love this. I adored this special.
I thought it was amazing. I thought he did an amazing job. The Greco-Roman, because the Greeks invented it and the Romans said everybody. Like there's
being wrestled upon.
Yeah, being wrestled upon. They have the three different stances. I'll hump you, you hump me. We'll see we'll decide who's gonna hump each other. That was good. I like that. That was all very good. Very, very, very good stuff.
Yeah.
He's really good. Very good. And the dude, in all, it makes you feel really bad for him. This dude's got a lot of stuff going on in his life.
He had bladder cancer when he was like 20 or something. He's
got the sleep stuff where he just randomly, he has like legit crazy, I can't remember what it's called.
Severe sleepwalking
basically
disorder or something.
Yeah. This dude jumped through the window of a 3-story
hotel.
Yeah. La Quinta.
Shout out to our sponsor, La Quinta.
Yeah. Anyway, very good. So if I had to rate Mike Birbiglia old man in a pool, I think I would be, this is definitely a mid to higher 4 rating. I would say somewhere between like a 4. Man, it was good. And the thing is, like, the belly laughs don't really come with this kind of guy.
I laughed more out loud, harder with this special than I have in a very long time.
I don't know that I laughed like hard hard laughing. But usually those, like, I'll do those, but it's like only a couple times in the whole thing, right?
Mhm.
This was, I laughed out loud the whole entire time. I mean, it was never like I couldn't control myself, because those are fun, but he's just not that kind of guy. He's not going to tell a joke that you're just not going to be able to control yourself laughing. But that's not a bad thing, because he gets every single one of them right. Every one is on time and right.
Yep.
I'll go for the 4-6. I'm gonna go 4-6. Part of me says I could go to 4-7. I hold high regards once you get to that 4-4. You get above 4-4, bud, you're pumping about as good as it gets.
I agree with that.
I say 4. I'm gonna go like 4-6. You did 4-6. Oh no! Oh, look at that. 4-7. That's as close as it gets.
That's as high as I've been in
Long
years,
time.
maybe.
Yeah, long time.
Yep.
That was good.
Yep.
That was a really good. I mean, should have known. I don't know that he's ever got anything below a 4 on it from either of us
Probably
ever.
not. Yeah. Yeah. But this was his best. To me, this was his best one.
It's one of those things where you got these comics that have been doing it for a long time, and you know they're good, and sometimes they let you down.
Yeah. Yep.
Because it's hard to still keep that thing going. This dude's got it, man. He's got it. Like Kevin Hart's got it like that.
Mhm.
Like Kevin Hart's just gonna be funny.
Yep.
That dude's just not. He walks out of bed and he's got the funny characteristics about him, and his
Yes.
voice and all that stuff just works. This dude's got it for sure. All right, what are you doing for comedy next week, Adam?
Greek gentleman by the name of Stavros Halkias.
Yeah.
His first Netflix special.
First Netflix special. I just saw that on there.
Fat Rascal.
Yeah. Fat Rascal. That's good. I like that. Okay.
There he is. He's a different. He's different. He's a way different than Mike Birbiglia. I'll tell you that.
I've never heard the guy. I don't know him.
He is. He's gonna get down and dirty. I'm gonna tell you that.
All right. Oh, this is gonna be so this is way, way different then.
Way different.
I was gonna go left-handed catchers, but apparently there's only been a couple.
There are no good ones.
There are no good ones. What can we do? How about this? You went with left-handed quarterbacks.
Yeah.
How about we go best all-time right-handed first baseman?
Okay. All right.
There's way more though than you think.
Yeah.
I mean, like off the top of my head, I could name probably 10 of them right now.
I'm trying to think. Well, Joey Votto's right-handed.
Yep. He fields right-handed. There's the same thing for Mo Vaughn.
Mo Vaughn,
Both
way
hit
more of a
left-handed.
designated hitter. I think Mo Vaughn is
Really?
way more of a designated
Do you?
hitter.
I think of Mo Vaughn strictly as a first baseman.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess maybe just because I can't see him moving around much.
Sure. See, this is going to be tough because you're not going to find. I don't know that you're going to find. You're just going to go on and find a ranking of right-handed first baseman.
Yeah.
I typed it in just now, and it's all first baseman, just straight first baseman.
So you're just going to have to go down and see who's right-handed.
That's too difficult. That's too much. That's too much work.
Really?
I don't put that. Yeah, you gotta go through these lists and then figure out who was right-handed and who was left-handed. That's not easy.
Yeah. I mean, just baseball reference should say on the very top of each person's page. I don't know. You throw up a Lou Gehrig in baseball reference and it tells you.
Okay, let's do it then.
I don't know.
Right. Right-handed for right defensive. You don't have to hit right-handed.
Right.
I'm just talking defensively.
Throws right.
Yeah. Throws right.
Yeah. Okay. Good. I like it. Stavros Halkias and the right-handed. That's a good band.
Stavros Halkias and the right-handed first baseman. Fat rascals.
Yeah.
All right, I like it. So we'll be able to see what we did with our bets, right?
That's right.
We'll have our bets.
We'll have some other ones ready for next week. And then we'll have our Mount Rushmore. We'll know our in-season tournament champion is by then.
Yes.
Probably touch on that a little
Yep.
bit. And then we'll see what else happens. If anything big happens in basketball, we'll talk about it. Who knows? Maybe we have a guest. We could use an Adam Baum. We could use an Andre Edwards.
We could use a lot. Yeah.
We could use anybody. You never know. We could bring a brand new person that's never been here with us before.
We've got people asking all the time.
That's right.
Always asking to get on. So
yeah, we just choose not to do them every week. So we've got a waiting list. But
good to go.
When we get to them, we get to them.
When we get to them, Adam, we get to them.
That's what they say.
Oh man, you know what I did on this thing?
What's that?
What bet did we just make? Oh, there it is. Oh, I got another bet going right now.
Yeah, tonight.
Oh, buddy, 7 minutes and 57 seconds. Oh, I'll never hit this. Kawhi in the last 7 minutes, Kawhi needs 9 points, and Aaron Gordon needs 4. Not going to happen.
Did you take Marquette?
Jokic only has 18.
Did you take Marquette with the points tonight because they were beating Texas by 30 when I came over.
Marquette is so good.
Yeah, they
are so good. And this weekend is the Crosstown Shootout, and Xavier has looked so bad.
They have, man. That's
just lost to Delaware. We lost to Oakland and Delaware in a week. Now, we played a great game against Houston, the number 16 in the country, but we lost to Oakland, who got beat by 30 in their next game by IUPUI. Yeah.
Go.
Boilermaker.
Hoosier makers.
Yeah. And then lost to Delaware. We lost to Oakland. Not even from the state of California, Oakland.
The other Oakland.
Yeah. And Delaware. What's in high? I'm in Delaware.
Hi, I'm in Delaware. Shout out Wayne Campbell. Shout out Garth Algar.
Yep. Party time. Excellent.
Speaking of Garth Algar, did you hear about that Dana Carvey's son? Dana Carvey's son OD'd about a week and a half ago.
Man, that's such a bummer. One of my favorite little acts that he did was one of his stand-ups when his kids were small and they run around the house and go, "Naked time, ping."
Oh yeah.
That was always one of my funniest jokes. Yeah.
He was doing a podcast with he and two of his sons.
Really?
Recently they did a podcast together. It was like a scripted podcast or something. But he was like working with them. Yeah.
Man, that's a bummer.
Yeah.
I hate to hear that.
Yeah. Anyway, great note to end on that.
Yeah, dearly departed.
Dearly departed Dex.
Yeah.
Dex Carvey.
Dex Carvey. Oh, that's a bummer. Yeah. All right. On that note, we've got right-handed first baseman next week. And
do they have to be dead?
No,
okay.
They don't.
I just want to make sure.
They can be, but they don't have to be.
Okay.
And then we've got
Stavros Halkias.
Yeah.
Who is
in the right hand
very much alive.
Yes. Yeah. And the little rascals, fat rascals. Don't forget to turn your headlights on.